So welcome to day one of my 30-day business redesign, specifically looking at Boudoir. We're starting in a place where I suppose most photographers really avoid, kind of a no-fly zone, as it were. But most of us think that to grow, we have to say yes to everybody who walks through our door or inquires. But if you're feeling drained, a little bit kind of almost resentful, or like your work is becoming a little bit more of a commodity, so a little bit more conveyor belt, it's because your boundaries are kind of leaking and you're allowing everybody to come through and you're not kind of keeping to the definition of your niche, as it were. So today is Monday, January the 12th. Obviously, you'll be watching it in kind of another time, as it were, but we're setting the foundation before we talk about lighting or sales. We have to talk about what you are no longer available for. I know that kind of is weird, because for most businesses you need to get everybody coming through the door, but the more we focus in on a certain type of client is what we're going to be looking at today. So I suppose the first part is the core concept is the power of no. If you look at luxury brands, luxury isn't defined by what's included, it's defined by what is excluded. And if you think about these high-end brands, don't try to please everybody. That's key. Yeah, they're unapologetic with it about who they are not for. So, one of the biggest problems when you're kind of getting the low spenders coming through your door, perhaps you're trying to open the whole world to come through your door. Now, when you're beginning a business off, of course, that's a different thing, because you need to talk about your business as much as you can. You need to get a busy studio as fast as you can, etc. But when we're redesigning the business, we're saying that we're basically been running for a year or two or three or more, and basically this is in the redesign. So we're not just open to everybody. We've got more specific marketing going on. So your task today is to kind of grab a notebook or your smartphone, and you've got to start things in a structure. So I want to write a private list titled "This Boudoir brand no longer does." So I no longer do in my boudoir business. Okay, if you do that, we can start to actually kind of fill in the blanks, or you can start to fill in the blanks to make it, to take control, to actually take back your business instead of just doing it for everybody. If possible, I want you to be ruthless. Are you done with kind of price shoppers who just devalue your art? Or have you fallen into the shopping for everybody and you're excluding your art? So in other words, you've become conveyor belt. Are you done with secrecy-fueled language that treats, boudoir like a dirty little secret as such? It's kind of got different analogies throughout the world, but in the UK, it tends to be a little bit, behind closed doors, as it were. So it's not a dirty little the secret. What it is an empowering experience. That's really what we're trying to do. So are you also done with rush shoots? Clients who bring a Pinterest board in and ask you to copy someone else's soul or their kind of ideas and so on with it. Well, that's a good starting point when you're at the beginning of a career. But when you're developing it in the redesign now, we want to be concentrating on really what your brand of photography is going to be. So quickly, in a marketing tip, a strong brand should repel just as much as it attracts. Marmite in the UK is an example of that, where some people love it, some people hate it as such, and it almost markets itself on that. If you aren't turning some people off, then you aren't standing for anything specific in your quality and your style of photography. So in a creative and a more inspirational application with it, this is the key thing that is going to affect your art more than you think. The creative and the inspirational is what you have to apply, what you have to bring to the party as such, yeah? And as far as, kind of creativity and tips and so on with it, remember that confidence in what you do, confidence in your photography, confidence in your business doesn't come from a new lens. It doesn't come from a new backdrop or a new prop. It comes from the power of saying no. When you stop trying to accommodate every rushed request, you give your creativity the room it needs to actually breathe and so on with it. Inspirational elements, we've got to try and remember to exclude things that really aren't about us. It's exclusion. It sounds wrong. Wait, oh no, my business is open to everybody, and I get it. I promise you. And I was there in the early days of my career. I was open to everybody come through the door. But the reality is, we've got to do a price point to make sure that we've got a business tomorrow and not just today, as it were. So it's about the long-term fixing, not the short-term fixing. So remember, this exclusion isn't about being mean. It's about protecting the business. When you say no to the clients who drain you, whether it's in the sales room, in the session, at the booking stage, you're protecting your energy. And remember, we always want to be more radiator clients than drains coming through. So in other words, the radiator clients are the ones who bring warmth. They love what they've had the experience with. They're loving what you're doing and so on with it, rather than a drain, which is a client who basically just sucks you dry of energy and you think, what am I doing this for? Yeah. But we need to have the energy and the space for the clients who truly value you. You're protecting your best work, in other words. Yeah. So the call to action today, the thing to do is ask yourself, if I were protecting my energy properly, what would stop me immediately? So look back at your recent shoots, your recent bookings, recent clients. Where did you feel resentment? When or where did you be nice instead of being professional, instead of just saying, oh yes, of course, yes. I want us to kind of really protect the energy that we have, because as a self-employed person, you're basically going to lose a lot of energy because you're dealing with a lot of clients and staffing and sales and editing and so on with it. And we need to have more pluses and everything else. So where did you be nice instead of being professional? Where do you just say the yes as it were? So remember, the key thing is to make sure that we're setting ourselves up for tomorrow and not just for today. So remember, this is just day one. So I'll see you tomorrow for day two, as we're just getting started with this series.